So, how does it feel when you play Roll Up to Win with Tim Hortons? Buy a hot or cold beverage using the Tim's app and find out. Roll in the app for a chance to win prizes ranging from free coffee and donuts to a Universal Orlando resort vacation or a sweet car. Oh, don't forget the TV. And this year, every roll is a shot at a $1,000 daily giveaway drawing for two $500 prizes. Roll up to win and get treated by Tim's. No purchase necessary. Account registration required. 50 U.S. and D.C. 18 plus entered by 4/2/23. See rules at rolluptowin.com for free entry and full details. Void in Florida and where prohibited.
This podcast is sponsored by Eucora.
I've always gotten a ton of UTIs. I tried everything. Cranberry products never worked. I felt like I had no choices and constant anxiety. I needed a better option. I'm Jenna Ryan, founder of Eucora.
Eucora is a urinary health company that specializes in UTI education and UTI relief products. They also make urinary tract health supplements so you can finally get ahead. All of Eucora's supplements were built in collaboration with doctors and scientists, leveraging the latest in urinary health research using ingredients found in nature.
Eucora can help put the power back in your hands.
Try Eucora today. Get 30% off your first Eucora order when you text OPTION to 64,000. Text OPTION to 64,000 to get 30% off. That's OPTION to 64,000.
By texting 64,000, you agree to receive recurring automated marketing messages from Eucora. Message and data rates may apply. No purchase required. Terms apply. Available at Eucora.com. Reply STOP to STOP. Help for help.
Oh, yeah. Welcome. Hello. The Eric Zane Show Podcast from the Baldwin Ace Hardware Fear Bunker Studio begins now. So I dropped my phone in the dog's water bowl over the weekend. Oh, fuck. Now, I've been thinking that this thing is circling the drain anyway. You know, I've had this phone for a significant time, and the battery life is, getting shorter and shorter. And it's like, I don't know, I just feel like it's kind of been through a war. So now I have it paid off. You pay the monthly thing or whatever. And then we've talked many times about how in this household, the second you get that paid off or even close to paying it off, they're like, hey, I need an update. I need the new phone. And I'm like, well, why? What's wrong with the old one? It's not the new one. Oh, yeah, of course. But is there any other dramatic? No, it's perfectly fine. Well, then what? Huh? Is that your mentality when it comes to a car? When the new model year comes out, you just ditch the old one? No. I don't understand that, but I'm the only person who feels this way. I am absurdly outnumbered. There's nothing I can do. Linda points out, yeah, you qualify for a new phone. That means that they say that and they want your money. Or use the old one until it croaks or until you drop it in a bowl full of dog water. So I was actually on the phone with Charity Scam Mike when it happened. And dropped it. Oh, God. And it's just fucking terrible time. I mean, I was in the right place at the wrong time. And there it goes. I pick it up. It's soaking wet. I can't hear Mike. The phone's still connected. I'm like, oh, shit. So I hang it up. And next time I called him right back for some reason. And I couldn't hear coming out. The speakerphone function wouldn't work. It sounded terrible. So I put it up to my ear and I go, okay, hey, dude, I got to let you go. I just dropped my phone in the dog's water. She goes, Jesus Christ, get it in a bag of rice right now. I guess that's what you do. The idea is you throw the phone into a bag of rice and then it absorbs any water that's in it. Now, I don't know for sure if this does anything. I mean, this might be a thing that gets tested on like a show like Mythbusters or something like that. Does this actually work? I did it. And the phone starts, turn it back on. Fine. And go through the usual steps. everything's good. But the speaker function, it sounded rough. It like when it didn't sound as crisp and clear. Like something had gone wrong. And what over time, as the day wore on, it was fine, and it has no glaring issues whatsoever. However, you know the spot where you plug in to charge it? It won't connect. There's something's gone wrong physically. Like the port is fucked, and I think the impact might have done it. So I don't know. Maybe the water did it. Who knows? It worked fine before I dropped it in the water. But anyway, it's done. It won't charge. Now, fortunately, I've got this a pad. You can put the phone on it, and it will charge it. But now I can't because I listen to the fucking thing through headphones when I'm on the treadmill, and I actually plug in with a little dongle. I prefer the actual wired headphones. I know that sounds weird because everybody's got the wireless things. But first of all, I'll tell you this. If I get those wireless ones, oh, my God. They are fucked. Those things, I'm going to lose them 1 minute after I get them. I mean, I know what I'm capable of when it comes to taking care of my shit. So I avoid those. There's lots of things that I have that exist in the world that if I get them, they're going to disappear. This home is, I guess me, I am like a vortex. Things just disappear. Sunglasses is another big one that one of the sponsors of this show was some company that had sold sunglasses that I was trying to get you guys to buy. And they gave me a few pair for free. And each pair of these sunglasses is like $125. And I'm like, fuck that shit. I gave them all away. I said, because this is stupid. I'm just going to lose these expensive sunglasses. And I'm better off with the shitty pair you get from Sunoco. So, but then I ended up keeping one pair over time, and sure enough, they're gone. I don't know where the fuck they are. So I'm a little worried about the phone. So this is how my day went Saturday. I drove to the AT&T store. I go, well, it's time. I am actually due a new phone. So this is why you do this. This one's taken me as far as I can. I walk in there. This guy goes, welcome. How you doing? I go, hey, buddy, I'm here to trade it in. He goes, new phone time. I go, yeah, you're darn right. Sit down right here. I give him the info. Now, in my household, okay, which by the way, Nick from the arena drops this. If you had Bluetooth, your phone would have been in your pocket, not the dog bowl. Yes, you're right. Or just had my headphones plugged in. Are you the guy that fucks all the shit up on your own, and then you just wait around for people like me to do the same thing, and you go, hey, but you did it wrong. Shut up. God. Walk into the store. I'm like, okay, I need this. And he pulls up my account. Now this is the way of the world. When the kids grow into being able to get a phone, you put them on your family plan. And then when they grow up, they never come off of it. So we have, oh God, they see my family walk in the door and they're like, oh man, we're just killing it with this family alone. Like if we decided to turn on them and join T-Mobile or something, AT&T would, like, their stock would plummet. They'd be like that bank that just went belly up this morning. Did you hear that deal? Some other big bank just puked. And then another bank bought it. And now today, everybody is probably going to freak out because everyone in America is stupid. And all these dipshits are probably going to take their money out of the bank. I knew it. I knew it. The bank's the problem. They're just taking our money, and now they're going, oh, fuck them. Let's take all our money out of the bank and stuff it in a mattress because I'm a stupid fuck. Idiots. The guy is looking at the names on the account at the AT&T store, and he goes, what is your name? I guess, yeah, I'm Eric. He goes, I don't see you on this. What are you talking about? Yeah, you don't have authority to even, he's like, you don't have authority to even walk into the store. I mean, we should probably have you arrested that you're even here. He's like, I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? I've been paying this bill for decades. I'm the guy that started all this shit. What do you mean I'm not? He goes, yeah, I can't even talk to you. I go, how? He goes, I don't know. Now, over the years, since this all goes back to the dickheads that live here. I need a new phone. Can I get the username and password of the account to do? And I'm like, I don't give a fuck. Get out of my face. So that's happened numerous times. And I think over the years, there's been enough changing hands and upgrading of phones that somewhere along the line, I magically got taken off of the exact. I'm like the big swinging dick on the board of directors for AT&T phone family plan, and now I'm like a piece of shit. They won't even talk to me. And I go, oh, fucking. He goes, I get it. This happens from time to time, but you are not the man. I go, well, who's the man? He goes, your wife. All right, well, let's call her. Call her up. And there's more drama because what he learns is that though she is in charge, she doesn't have the ability to make me in charge. These people don't want me affiliated with their company, apparently. And he said, you actually need to call AT&T and meander your way through a conversation with one of our tech support or whatever and make Eric the guy. So then we hang up with Diana. He goes, one more thing, log on. So I have the username and password to get into the account. I go, okay, great. And he goes, now, and he scrolls over to where my name is on it. And he goes, hit that button, and you hit it, and it now has me shopping for a new phone. He goes, you're in. You can get a new phone. Pick out what you want, and it'll just send it right to your house, and you send the phone back. I go, really? It's that simple now? And he goes, yeah, they've really done a good job, much to our dismay here, people who work here, at eliminating our purpose in the store. Nowadays, people like you and, well, anybody can just, they make it very easy for you to upgrade to the newest model. I'm like, fuck, don't tell my kids that. They'll get a new phone every fucking day. I go, so just pick out the phone. He goes, I go, can I do it here? He goes, you can do it here. You can do it at home. You don't even need to be here. I go, holy shit. Now, Jackie didn't know that because she was just there a week and a half ago getting a new phone. Hers actually did fuck up, and but she still owed money on her phone. So she calls me up. This is a week and a half ago. She goes, can I use your upgrade? And I go, yeah, I don't care. My phone, I'm going to have it forever. I'm not going to drop it in a bowl of dog water. So I gave her my upgrade. Maybe that has something to do with the next part of the story. And then she says, Dad, while I'm here at the store, you know that these phones are not insured. You should do that. And I go, yeah, you're right. I don't know how that happened. I thought we had that. So she, you pay a few bucks a month, and if there is ever an issue, you get a new phone for dirt cheap, a replacement phone. I go, fuck yeah, sign me up for that insurance. That turned out to be a good move. Back to Saturday. I go home, pick out my phone, and all right, good to go. I don't even have to pay any money. It just shows up on the bill, good to go. So for the next however many years to pay off this phone, perfect. Which I know I usually have my phones for a long time unless I drop them in bowls of dog water. And I go, done. And then the phone comes to my house, and then do what I said earlier. You're off the hook. Even though Jackie had used my upgrade, it said, hey, it's time for you to get a new phone, Eric Zane. I go, all right, great. Yesterday, I'm sitting here. Diana comes in. She goes, uh-oh. Now, again, she's the big swinging AT&T person, big swinging dick in this household. I'm just a pile of shit now. She goes, your order got canceled. I go, my order got canceled? What the fuck are you talking about? She says, yeah, it says we couldn't verify that you ordered this. Meaning her, like she gave the approval. I'm like, what? And then it says, we canceled everything. You won't be billed. This phone is not being sent out. If you want to get this phone, you, Diana, must go with the dickhead who tried to order it and bring a photo ID. So we've come back to the beginning now. I go, I got to go in and get one? I go, oh, well, fuck it. All right, I'll go in and get one. Then I got to thinking. I go, but then again, this might be a silver lining because I was reminded by Jackie when she was visiting yesterday. She goes, why did you, why are you getting a new phone? I got insurance for these. This one is covered. I go, oh, you're right. So I'm like, okay. So AT&T does the heavy lifting for me. They cancel the phone. And I go, well, now I can call and get that fucking thing, that replacement phone. I have Diana do it. And she's on the phone for no lie, 30 minutes with a young man, probably from the country of Belize or I don't know. He seemed definitely English was the second language. And he says, hello, my name is Elmer. Now, Elmer is a name for a hayseed buttfuck from Arkansas. So, that's not true. But anyway, Diana has this conversation with Elmer, and she goes through all these steps to make me the big guy in charge. She gives all these permissions and things and uses passcodes to prove her identity over the phone. So now I'm back. I am back. This is like a coup in the Philippines. So now I'm talking to Elmer. And he goes, well, what can I do for you, Mr. Eric? I said, oh, shit. My puppy wants to go potty. Sorry, guys. I'll continue this. I know this is a long story, but I'm telling you, it's a good ending. I'll be right back. All right, sorry for the extended time away. But she was like, oh, man, this is a big one. This is a big one. All right. Oops. She just fell down. She can get up and down on the couch to some degree. I don't like her to jump off, but she's fine. Cole writes, cell phone store employees worse than used car salesmen. Disagree. Everybody here is behaving fine. Okay? That's a poor representation. I'm more alarmed at how I became non-existent in the family phone plan hierarchy. This is a common issue in American families today. The dad starts the cell phone family plan only to be squeezed out like a bad CEO. I'm like that bitch CEO from Herman Miller. You know? Pity City shit or whatever the fuck it was. Except she didn't get squeezed out. I kind of wish she would have. Kenny writes, I've never had a family phone plan. Well, the key word there is family. That kind of pushes you out. Oh. Sorry, man. You just set me up beautifully for that one. You walk in, hey, yeah, man, hey, I'm here for the family plan. And they're like, they took, sorry, sir. Centipede game can't own a phone. You cannot have a Defender and Vanguard on your phone plan, sir. Where's my dog? I don't know. Chewing on an electrical cord somewhere. Amanda says it's even funnier because I do have a family plan. Hello. Jitterbugfreephone.com. It's me, Kenny. Man, I was wondering if I could get a couple more flip phones for my clan. Ow! Wait a minute. No, don't hang up. I hurt my back. Ow! Hang on. Where are you? What? Yeah. Come here. Come here, you. Maureen suggests that Amanda adds Kenny to the family plan. Yeah, oh my God, that's just adorable. Just adorbs. It's a bunch of bullshit. Y'all are ganging up on me. What am I gonna do? You broken my heart again. I do too have a family. Yeah, if it were called Broken Family Plan, you'd be great. Come on. He says, my poet was completely missed, but it was funny. That's all that matters. It was all good. Okay. Maureen says, Darla is so cute, I can't take it. This dog is turning super sassy. You know? She's like starting to bite. Look at that side eye she's giving me right now. Looking up at me like I'm going to bite that nose. She's real, just full of sass. And she's she can be described at this point as a real pistol. Okay. Oh, puppy. So I'm on the phone with Elmer. This is going on. Extended time. Elmer says, okay, sir, you are now back in charge. Calls me Mr. Eric. Now, as you know, I have a point of pride is loving on the telephone service people. I'm never rude. I'm all in. Okay, you all, because you're all shitty to the phone people in whatever industry, have lowered the bar. And they get on with me, and they've gotten the shit kicked out of them forever. And they're very, like, shell-shocked. So every other word, Mr. Elmer is like, Mr. Erica, I'm so sorry to keep you waiting. I'm so sorry. I go, Elmer, it's okay, buddy. It's all right. Take your time. And this is several minutes. 10, 15, 20, 25. And finally goes, okay, now, after I'm talking to him, I don't even remember what we were discussing. He says, I'm going to send you off to the insurance department. I cannot do that. I cannot get you the replacement phone. So I'm saving myself the money because I'm not getting the upgrade for the monthly charge. Now I'm going to actually utilize the insurance features that Jackie encouraged me to buy. I'm so glad she did. He keeps putting me on hold, and then after 5 minutes, he comes back and says, "Oh, sorry, I'm trying to establish a connection." And for a while, I'm starting to think that he's like, it's catfishing. And then he puts me on hold and just laughs with his fellow friends in the United Arab Emirates. And after, I'm not kidding you, 40 minutes. This is 9:50 in the evening. He goes, "Mr. Eric." I go, "Mr. Elmer." He says, "They're closed." I'm like, Jesus, fuck. I wanted to call him a horrible name. And I wanted to actually refer to him as, like, say a horrible thing that you would say to an Arab. I know earlier I said it sounded like he's from the country of Belize. That's not an Arab nation, but I think I figured out along the way that he was an Arab or Arabic or from the Middle East. I don't know. Fuck, he could have been Armenian for all I know. I go, "Oh, closed? No problem. No problem. It's fine, Elmer." And he goes, "You call on Monday." I go, "I will." So basically, this all started. And Diana's the one who wanted to do it tonight. For the record, I said, "Don't even worry about it. They cancel the phone. They're not going to send it. No big deal. We'll sort it out tomorrow." So that's part of the thing I have to do today. I ended up back where I started. Great song by the Kinks. Okay. So that was a good portion of my weekend. Dealing with this phone thing. Because you know how it is. If you fucking lose the phone, yeah, that's up there with like your child being abducted. I think it's 1 and 1A or 1 and 1B as to how horrible. I think if you were to put 100 Americans and poll them, if you could lose your 3-year-old child, be abducted by a criminal mastermind who's going to end up bind, torture, kill, or lose your phone, 51%, 51 out of 100 would say that having the child taken would be worse, and 49 would say phone. It's that bad. All right. Hold on a second here. Dog issue. Leave him alone. Here. Here, you got all these toys. You got all those toys. You got your buddy there, Bruce. But she wants to be with O'Neill. O'Neill's on a chair where there's no room, and he's like, fuck that. When it comes to the current dog relationship status, the puppy's best buddy, Darla's best buddy, is Bruce. They play the most. Bruce really tolerates a lot. O'Neill, same thing, but he's not as receptive to her charms. He's like, I can get away from me, you know? He has the same look that he has on his face that whenever, like, one of the Zaniacs would come over my house, I'm like, oh, that's nice. Thanks for dropping in and visiting. Oh, that's so sweet that you brought me this gift that I might have said a joke about wanting, and you went and bought it and wrapped it, and you're giving it to me in my front porch right now. That's cool. Yeah, well, I'm going to go inside now. I'm going to go call the cops. All right. This show happens daily right here, and I'm so glad you are here. If you are watching on Facebook, There's two things to consider. There's the live recorded podcast, which is great. I would love you to subscribe to your platform that you listen to shows on, to the Eric Zane Show Podcast. It automatically downloads to your phone. If you want the show live as it happens, uninterrupted, you have to go to twitch.tv/Eric Zane Live. So what I'm suggesting for people who are getting it on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter right now, head over to there and give yourself a little username, and then you can get the show live in its entirety, and you don't have to worry about me shutting it off like I'm about to do for you folks on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. So you see what I'm saying? You're subscribed to the audio podcast on whatever platform that you love. Apple Podcasts, Spotify, you name it. iHeart. Automatically downloads, because when I'm done with all of this, I will take this audio and make it the free daily podcast. But if you want the show uninterrupted, live, enjoy it on Twitch. You can dim the screen. If I piss you off, you can light up the screen and tell me to fuck off. That's what a lot of these folks, these comments that I read, these are the regulars who get the show live every morning. You can be part of that crowd, or you can be the old silent crew that gets it live and just doesn't want to say shit. That's great too. But my point is twitch.tv/Eric Zane Live. Go there, give yourself a username. If you have Amazon Prime, link up the account and then hit the subscribe button. Because if not, the folks at Twitch/Amazon will drop some video commercials in at inopportune moments during this show. Pretty easy to do that. You just kind of got to look around and where it says link Amazon account, link your account, you do that, and then there's a subscribe button, you hit that, and it's all stuff you can figure out. I don't want to spend a ton of time talking about how you do it, but that's all an option. Or you can subscribe minus the Amazon Prime account for, $5 or $6 a month. That's totally up to you. Or fuck all this shit and just get the show free on Twitch and don't worry about it. Totally fine. I have a Patreon. That is ad-free, listener-supported. That is an entirely different batch of shows. This is all free stuff. During this free show, I promote things like Twitch and the Patreon. The Patreon is an entity all by itself where you sign up for $5 or $10 a month and enjoy all of the content I have there. And there is a ton of content there. I suggest try it for 1 month for $5 or $10 a month and see if you like it. There you go. If you don't, you can cancel it at any time, or you can let it ride or sign up for a whole year, and I'll knock 10% off of the cost. Okay, for you folks on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube, I'm saying goodbye. Facebook and Twitch brought to you by Irvine's Auto Repair, Grand Rapids Hybrid, and EV. Twitter brought to you by Blue Frost IT. And you can follow me on those platforms as well. Facebook.com/Eric Zane fan page. Twitter at Eric Zane Show. K-Dub himself subscribed with Prime. They've subscribed for 5 months. Thank you, K-Dub. K-Dub says them commercials are brutal. Had 9 in a row one time. Oh, fuck. Kenny greets that person. Says, I was going to say welcome, but you've been around 5 months. I guess you're one of the silent types. You'd be surprised at that. There's a ton of silent types. They just like to lay low. You know? Thank you to you. I appreciate everybody being part of the show. Okay. One of the audience members, maybe more than one, is in mourning right now. Fuck. And I feel you. Jimmy in Portland, Maine is a lifelong Boston Bruins fan. Now, for a little context, well, the Bruins fucked it all up. They're out of the playoffs. They were the best team in hockey this year. Not only were they the best team in hockey, they had the greatest regular season in the history of the National Hockey League. The league's been around for like 4,000 years, and no one has had a better season than the Bruins. And then you know what they did? As the season wore on, they started picking up players to bolster their roster to make them even better. One in particular was a real grinder named Tyler Bertuzzi from the Red Wings. And okay, so they have this incredible regular season, 65 wins. They only lost 12 times in regulation. I think they had 5 overtime losses or something like that. I don't know. The previous best record ever in the NHL was 62 regular season wins by the Red Wings. So the Bruins fucking flew right by that. And everybody had them picked to just steamroll their way through the playoffs. Number 1 seed in the Eastern Conference, taking on the upstart Florida Panthers. You know, I mean, last team in the playoffs, but, you know, they actually matched up pretty well. Florida, it's not like they were a pile of shit, you know. They had a fine year, like 92 points or something like that. Look at this. Game 1. Oops. Bruins win it 3-1. Game 2, Panthers come back, score 6 goals. They win it 6-3 on April 19th. Then we go to Friday, April 21. Bruins, a 4-2 win over the Panthers. Now they're really kicking ass. Game 4 on Sunday, April 23rd. Last week ago yesterday. They beat the shit out of the Panthers 6-2. They now lead that series 3-1 at this point, 4 games in. And then, holy fuck. That game 5 is a big one. Because if the Panthers can stay alive, that's, you know, you then have the mentality, we can't lose another game. And when you're then, because they won 4-3 in overtime on just this past Wednesday. Now it's 3-2 Boston. So then the Panthers are like, fuck, all we got to do is win one more game, and then who knows what happens in that last game. So they go back to Florida, and a wild one. The Panthers win it 7-5 Friday night. Holy shit. We were doing the Ben and Eric Patreon podcast, and Jimmy was there wearing his Bruins jersey. And I think at that point, it was still, the game was still, we didn't know who the fuck was going to win at that point. But he was hoping the Bruins were going to finish off the Panthers, but they don't. That forces last night's game. Fuck. The Panthers take out the Bruins in overtime. Now, this is being played in Boston. This is really, really hard to do. By the way, Cole writes that the Avs are out. Colorado fucked it up against Seattle. Oh, fuck me. Okay. Audio check, video check. Here we go. There's 16 minutes left in the third period of this one. Tied at 2. And the Bruins are going to go up 3-2.
Well, he went into the goalie and the post, but not very hard at all. Actually, not very hard at all.
Okay, watch this.
Long range shot,
big shot, giant rebound. This dude skating up at the bottom of the screen. He lets it go. Innocent enough of a shot. And then look at that rebound.
And the post.
I mean, that's just horrible.
At all. Actually, not very hard at all.
Here's Brandon Carlo. Long range.
Point. It's like he's made out of rubber. Oh, here you go. Look at the fans of the Garden are losing their mind. Here we go. We're going to win this fucking thing.
David Pastrnak has given the Bruins their first lead of Game 7.
Fans like, yep.
60-goal sniper. Out of the own zone come the Boston Bruins. The shot on goal from a long way.
Oh.
But I had a great angle of how clearly this beat the goaltender after he can't get back. You push back to your right. Montour goes down diving. It cleanly beats the goal.
Okay, great.
And here's an ISO on Pastrnak.
So Jimmy is losing his mind at this point after Pasternak's goal. Okay, there's a minute left. Florida pulls the goalie to have an extra attacker.
Keeps it moving. Montour holds it down. Played for Tkachuk. Back to the goal. Tkachuk, far side for Hagee. To the top, Barkov. Barkov, put it in. They score!
Oh, no. Now watch the...
Snuck it short side on Swayman. And in the final minute, the Panthers...
Holy shit.
Game 7.
Look at this guy. These two are so pissed. These fans in the stands, they can't... Look at the look on her face. She is furious.
They are an amazingly resilient group.
She can't believe it. She's about to kill herself. Everybody's pissed. Look at them. You can't... They cannot believe they just fucked it up and let Florida tie the game.
It is Montour
Everybody in that barn knows at this point the game is over.
again. And as I mentioned, with the ice this late, it's not going to lay...
Even though it's tied, they know that they're going to lose.
For fancy passes, you got to just grunt it out a little bit. Tkachuk goes back to the point. Now you're going to have to get a shot on goal. There was. And
Oh, Jesus. Now, as a Red Wing fan, I remember it was 95-96 when they won 62 games. Prior to this year, that was the most that ever been won in a year. And I think in the first round, they met up with like the San Jose Sharks or some shit. 8-1, same fucking deal. We got smoked. I was so pissed off. That was the old Z93 years with Joe and the Poor Boy.
rebound goes right to the right-handed Montour. He was sagging down low, and look at this reaction.
Okay. Now they're in overtime, halfway through the 20-minute overtime period. And watch this.
For Cousins, lifted in.
Innocent enough. Slow-moving puck behind the net, and it just turns into like, if you'll notice, let me pick that up again.
For Cousins,
This guy, 19, skates in.
lifted in.
And this 48 here kind of lets him go. And he's kind of picked off by his own net. So now 19 has the puck behind the Bruins goal. You got 1, 2, 3, 4 defenders.
To it, Tkachuk. Hit by Carlo.
And now the puck is bouncing around, and they're fighting for it.
In the air, lands behind the net, right in the...
Now, you've got the puck down here, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Bruins are around it. Okay? Someone's going to be wide fucking open. They better hope that they win this battle for the puck, because if they don't, someone's going to get an open shot.
Side of the goal, they chop away at it. Tkachuk keeping it alive. Carlo.
Watch number 23. Look at all these cocks are surrounding this puck. All of them. 23 is just waiting. This guy for Florida gets the fucking puck, and he goes, "Oh, it's time to eliminate the Bruins."
Can't grab it. It comes to Verhaeghe. Turn, shoot, score! Carter Verhaeghe!
Look at this dude cheering. The one Panthers fan here is jumping up and down. He's killed.
And the Panthers have eliminated...
You assholes.
You just mentioned Verhaeghe with that great regular season.
God, can you believe how wide open Verhaeghe was? Because these dicks are fucking around with it.
Pops in the air.
Out of 5 Bruins,
Right on the side of the goal, they chop away at it.
somehow
Get alive. Carlo can't...
this fucking idiot comes up with the puck. And look at all 5 of these guys. They're like, "Oh, no." They're all looking at Verhaeghe here. They're like, "He's about to score." There's the pass. And I don't think anybody dived in front of this puck.
Turn, shoot, score!
Look at that defense. 48 here. Fucking, you got to get down, motherfucker. This is the playoffs, bitch. The fuck is wrong with you?
Tkachuk keeping it alive. Carlo can't grab it. It comes to Verhaeghe. Turn, shoot, score!
Oh, what a bitch defensive move. He should have been down. A little wrister gets by him. That's it. Series over. Fuck you. Oh, my God. Shit. Somebody suggested calling Jimmy in Maine. See what's up. That's a great idea. Hang on, all my shit's broken. Oh, fuck me. That was impressive. That's why, you can't let these fucking teams hang around. Jesus. Jimmy's been on the wagon, so I'm hoping he didn't fall off.
Please leave a message. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Thank you.
I don't know what the fuck. Intense. That was sweet, though. All right. Can't believe they fucked that up. Ladies and gentlemen, the open and live stream of this show is brought to you by TC Paintball, where, man, we had a hell of a time last night in the evening. Thanks to Gabe, the Honduran. He brought, between him and everyone he brought, I think it was like 15 or 16 people. And that saves the day because we had one of those events where all the usual suspects could not attend. And so if it weren't for Gabe single-handedly recruiting all of his friends and family, it would have been canceled because it would have been just me, Kevin and Matt Kuipers, Michael, who's a newbie. Thank you for coming, Michael. And then Terry and Beth. 5. That's it. But this is fantastic. Check this out. This picture right here. This is Gabe, the Honduran here. The dude with the green and the green paintball jersey with the glasses. This is his son in the dark hoodie. His name is Gabe Jr. And then he brought all these people with him. This is Cesar. I think I'm saying that right. This guy in the white, he used to listen back in the day. That's Pablo with the Nirvana shirt on. Marciano is next to him. Anastasia's next to her. I forget her name. Who else do I know? Anyway, it was just a real great time. And thank God for the Mexicans, because all these people, they showed up in one car. They all showed up in a Ford Escort. And they come piling out of the car, and it was great. I'm totally kidding. All right, so that was so fun. I loved that. I had a great time. Great time. Love it so much, and looking forward to the next one. So we basically, the white people were a total minority there. So you got Kuipers and me, and then Matt is above. That's with the other Kuipers. And there's Terry and Beth, and then Rick. And then this dude, Matt, is over here with the mask on. The rest are all brown people. I even went ahead because some of those people that joined us didn't even speak English. And I had to, I actually put a message into my translator, my Google Translator. It said, "Welcome all my Latino and Latina brothers and sisters," and played it into the microphone. They all got a big laugh because I was trying to say hello to them. And then over time, I started to drop some naughty, forbidden Spanish on them.
Vete la chingada, cabrón.
I told a few of those guys to go fuck themselves, and then I dropped,
Tu madre es una puta.
that one. You got to be careful with saying somebody's mother is a whore. You never know who could kick your ass. Anything. Anyway, sorry, I just got distracted. Good time. Thank you to Gabe and his whole crew. I love them all. They are so wonderful. I made it a point on my post to, thanks to the awesome people who came out to put the Mexican flag, the Honduran flag, and the United States flag. Paintball War number 23 will be announced soon. So, yeah, we've got so many Latina players, we could really have a full-on border war. if we could get the piece of shit MAGA scum former Zaniacs to quit being bitches, they could all come dressed up in their Trump gear, and we could have a legit border war, and one that, like, fighting is encouraged. Like, so, hand-to-hand combat. You get close to somebody with the butt end of a paintball gun, knock some teeth out for those former Zaniacs that actually still have a couple teeth. That would be cool. I will say this. There were some newbies there, and when playing with them, they get a little heavy on the trigger. And so when you get shot once, you're probably going to get shot about 7 more times. And, oh, fuck me. God, at one moment in particular, I got lit up like a Christmas tree. There are people that were part of that evacuation in Afghanistan who were like, who would see that and like, God damn, you got it tough. It was rough, but all good. The pain is intense for like about 5 seconds, and then it just stops. Well, no, it doesn't. It just slowly just fades, and then you get a good welt on your back. All right. Thank you, TC Paintball. Online at tcpaintballgr.com. Johnson Carpet One discount outlet in Granville, Michigan, right behind Little Caesars. They're awesome. I love them so much. And they've helped make a lot of things happen for your old pal EZ. If you are ever in need of any type of flooring, whether it be carpet, hardwood, tile, laminate, vinyl plank, ceramic, they have it all there inside of this big, giant warehouse. Be ready to take it home. So you get there. If you show up in a small, compact car, you're probably not going to be getting. Only if you need just a few boxes, you might be able to handle that. But be ready to get it out of there because they have it. They buy it all in advance for a vastly discounted price because they buy so much of it in advance, and then they sell it to you for a lot cheaper than what you'd spend from anybody else. And if you mention my name, you save an additional 10%. Johnson Carpet One discount outlet. Kent, drop the E out of you listening as we do this show. Kenny writes, EZ, it must make you feel empowered being around all Latino dudes. Aren't they all shorter than you? That's probably the only time that ever happens. Well, I think I'm taller than you, first of all. Second of all, we're all about the same height. So it's not my fault, you know. He says, no, you're not. Ha, 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 I'm 5'11". There's no way you are 5'11". Well, anyway. A little bit about the NFL draft. So this is so fucking weird because the Lions, it depends on who you ask. A lot of people are like, oh, my God, what a fantastic draft they have. All I'll tell you is this. I don't want to bore you with the details. They got a bunch of good players, but they did it in a really weird way. They're like making all these crazy ass trades and first they have a pick and then the pick leaves because they trade it and they trade away a key player. They had this running back named DeAndre Swift for a few years, and he was good, but sometimes had trouble staying healthy, but not the end of the world. I still think the guy's very, very good. But the Lions drafted a running back first, that kid from Alabama, and then he's like, fuck. He actually said, trade me. I'm leaving. Trade me. So they traded him. They're the Eagles. He's out. Lions keep wheeling and dealing, making all these trades. So now when the dust settles, people are like, oh, they did great. They got this guy and this guy and this guy. And I'm thinking, yeah, it sounds good to me. Side note, all those people who make all those predictions about who they need to pick, and this is the ultimate mock draft, there isn't one person who has any idea what the fuck they're talking about. Outside of the first 3 picks, 3 of the first 4 picks, I think, which were quarterbacks, those were pretty much dead nuts on. The kid from Florida, and then you had the dude from Alabama, Bryce Young, is that his name? And then C.J. Stroud from Ohio State. And that running back from Texas, he went pretty high like they suspected he would. Outside of that, it was fucking just mayhem. There was that one quarterback from Kentucky who just, they're like, oh, God, he's going to be so awesome. He's going to get picked in the first round. And then he didn't even make it to the second round. He went home from the draft. It was embarrassing. Terrible. My point is, no one knows what the fuck they're talking about. It's just bullshit. Now, well, I think what's more fun is predicting which teams are going to have the biggest duds who don't do shit. I mean, this is tricky business. Some of these players, a lot of those players are going to be horrible. Okay, like the Lions had a history of doing that. They would draft like players for in the first round, and they'd be dead. I mean, like literally, there's a guy named Charles Rogers who was drafted out of Michigan State, and like the second he got drafted, he started doing all sorts of fucking drugs, and he was all strung out, and then he's kept getting hurt, and he'd break his collarbone, and then he'd come back, and then his first play back, he'd break it again. It was all fucked up. And I think he got hit by a train. I might have said this before and then been wrong about that. Charles Rogers, cause of death. No. Why did I think that? There was a player that got hit by a train, though. It was from Michigan State. What do you call it? Rogers died because of liver failure because of drug use. Former MSU player, might have been a basketball player, hit by train. Okay. Boy, I am way off. I'm such a fucking asshole. Not only was he not a player, he wasn't a football player, and he wasn't even a player. Cassius Winston's brother got run over by a train. God, I'm such a dick. Yeah, Charles Rogers got run over by a train. Oh, no, wait a minute. Cassius Winston's brother got run over by a train. Fucking idiot. Yeah, it didn't feel right the second I said it. All right. So the Lions have had a history, but in recent history, they've done well. That Penei Sewell was a great draft pick for them, and then this previous draft they did very well with some great defensive players, and so now, I'm happy. But I was reading online that one of these publications had said the best drafts bottom to top, so they start with the worst, and so I immediately go to like the top 10 best, and I'm scrolling looking for the Lions logo, and I go, boy, these guys didn't even think the Lions had a top 10 draft. So I'm scrolling. I think there's like 31, 32 NFL teams. I don't know. And this publication had them at 29. Like that horrible. I was like, are you fucking crazy? I think the Lions had a great set of draft picks. What the fuck? Well, anyway. There was this one player I was talking to you about at the end of last week named Jalen Carter that I wanted the Lions to draft. He was a defensive lineman who was involved in that incident after Georgia won the national championship where he was racing one of his teammates and another staffer from the football team. Their car crashed. They all died. He said, fuck that, and left. And then he finally comes back. They go, hey, weren't you racing? No, it wasn't me. And then eventually it was me. Oh, fuck. So he, they made a big deal that he's, shouldn't be drafted high because of that. And I was like, no, that's a reason to draft. That's a crafty soul there. You do whatever it takes to win, which is, obviously tongue firmly planted in cheek, kind of. But he was drafted. It doesn't matter who drafted him. All you need to know that in this clip that I'm about to play for you. Oh, shit. Okay. I don't know who this chick is. She's on NFL Network. Here she is. She's talking about Jalen Carter. Now, this was recorded off of the TV with like a cell phone, so it's not the best audio. Audio check, video check. Here we go.
What we're hearing is Jalen Carter, the D tackle from Georgia, just won a national championship with the Bulldogs. Big guy, 6'3", 300.
Okay. Somehow she was talking fast, and you could barely hear it, but hopefully you're able to catch it. Big dick, big guy.
What we're hearing is Jalen Carter, the D tackle from Georgia, just won a national championship with the Bulldogs. Big guy, 6'3", 300.
Oh, God. So great. Thank you.
What we're hearing is Jalen Carter, the D tackle from Georgia, just won a national championship with the Bulldogs. Big guy, 6'3", 300.
I just wish she said big dick. Oh, God, wishful thinking or whatever. Even just stumbled a little bit. That's a free beer special right there. You get going so fast, you drop that he's got a big dick, and then you didn't even acknowledge it. You just kept going. That's how you do that. Holy fuck, is that great? Well done. All right. So that officially ends our NFL draft coverage. Now all you can do, I suggest just starting to watch the NBA and the NHL playoffs and try not to pay attention to your football team. Because if you're a Lions fan, we're all stoked about the draft. We love it. And we're like, I want the football season to start now. But we can't, and it's going to drive you crazy. You got to wait, May 1, June, July, like 3 months or more before you even start worrying about that shit. May 1. You know what's interesting about May 1 here where I live? When I went to bed last night, they said, what?
This podcast is sponsored by Eucora.
I've always gotten a ton of UTIs. I tried everything. Cranberry products never worked. I felt like I had no choices and constant anxiety. I needed a better option. I'm Jenna Ryan, founder of Eucora.
Eucora is a urinary health company that specializes in UTI education and UTI relief products. They also make urinary tract health supplements so you can finally get ahead. All of Eucora's supplements were built in collaboration with doctors and scientists, leveraging the latest in urinary health research using ingredients found in nature.
Eucora can help put the power back in your hands.
Try Eucora today. Get 30% off your first Eucora order when you text OPTION to 64,000. Text OPTION to 64,000 to get 30% off. That's OPTION to 64,000.
By texting 64,000, you agree to receive recurring automated marketing messages from Eucora. Message and data rates may apply. No purchase required. Terms apply. Available at Eucora.com. Reply STOP to stop. Help for help.
So, how does it feel when you play Roll Up to Win with Tim Hortons? Buy a hot or cold beverage using the Tim's app and find out. Roll in the app for a chance to win prizes ranging from free coffee and donuts to a Universal Orlando resort vacation or a sweet car. Oh, don't forget the TV. And this year, every roll is a shot at a $1,000 daily giveaway drawing for 2 $500 prizes. Roll up to win and get treated by Tim's. No purchase necessary. Account registration required. 50 U.S. and D.C. 18 plus entered by 4/2/23. See rules at rolluptowin.com for free entry and full details. Void in Florida and where prohibited.
Oh, you'll be waking up to snow. We're just barely not getting snow right now because it's 34 out. They suspected we would have a temp in the morning in the upper 20s, but it was warmer. It ended up being warmer than what they thought. Can you imagine? Fuck. I was reading that the latest we've had snow in Michigan, or in Grand Rapids, I should say, is May 18th, back in like 1902 or some shit. And it was just like 4/10 of an inch. And then like May 10th, like in the 1950s, we got 5.5 inches of snow here. God dang it. Yeah, I want to be, because right now we're 25 degrees below normal. 25. This is fucking stupid. 2.5 weeks ago, it was 85 degrees. Jesus. All right. We got something else I want to share. The immortal Tony Danza. I don't know what the fuck this is. And by the way, you'll only be able to hear it in one channel. But it's some reporter who is so incredibly gay, I think it annoys Tony Danza. Whoever this reporter is. And he starts out by going, "Hi, Tony!" And he's super exuberant. He's like over the top. Now, I'd be laughing. Now, Danza's significant other, Tony Danza, hey, how are you? Hey, welcome to the Tony Danza Show. Remember that TV show he had where everything was Danza? It's a Danza dance-off. We're going to play Danza baseball. It's the NFL Tony Danza draft. Everything's Danza this, Danza that. This dude's interviewing Tony Danza at Rye Myers, at Rye_Myers on TikTok. And he posted this interaction.
How are you? Good to see you again. Good. Hi, Tony. How are you? I'm Rye. How you doing? We're right here. How are you folks?
Hey, how you doing, Rye?
Doing tonight? Well, excited. It's so great, right, to be here at New York, New York?
Absolutely.
Right.
Just saw John.
Relax a little. You're more excited than we are. Take it easy.
Hey, yo, Rye, I don't like talking to quiz.
Exciting. It's a great...
Settle your ass down. I know it's exciting. But don't, the only time you should be that excited is when there's a big black cock staring you in the face.
Relax a little. You're more excited than we are. Take it easy.
It's exciting. It's a great
I know. Okay.
So what's your favorite Kander and Ed moment in musical theater?
I just had it. I was hugging him.
Isn't that something else?
Just had it, yeah.
Now, what's your favorite New York City staple food item? Is it a pizza or hot dog?
You know what? You got to do money. You got to come up with better questions. Come on, let's go. I got to go.
Thank you, Tony.
This guy's like, oh, what a fucking asshole. Hi, Tony. How are you? How are you, Tony? You better not ask me about hot dogs. I don't want to hear about the things you put in your ass. You fucking queer. Holy shit. That was great. I don't know. I think I'm kind of Team Danza on this because that guy was so fucking annoying. How does anybody engage somebody who's that fucking annoying? And it doesn't even have to do with anything about being gay. Yeah, obviously that guy not a day has passed without a dick in his butt. But that doesn't matter. That fucking guy is stupid. Chris says that was a stupid question. It absolutely was. Here you are, you're on the red carpet. It's something to do with theater. I don't know what the fuck this is. You can ask anything. You don't say, oh my God, it's a great night. Yeah, I know, thank you. Can you think maybe you could settle the fuck down? Oh, that's okay. Great. What's your favorite fruit? Pizza or a hot dog? All right, you got to come up with better questions. Fuck you, queer. And then he leaves. Some of you may remember a fantastic bit from Opie and Anthony. They'd be in the studios at Sirius XM. They look out the window, and people would be lining up for the Danza show. So they're on the air, and they say, all right, and Anthony does a very good impression of Tony Danza. And they have listeners approach people in the line. They're all housewives. And they say, hey, this is Tony Danza. He wants to talk to you and welcome you to his show. And these ladies get on the phone. They're like so excited. Oh, my God, Tony Danza. Oh, my God, Tony Danza. And then Anthony would slowly soften them up. And then he would drop something really heavy on them that just throws the person for a loop. I'm going to play this for you. It's about 4.5 minutes, so regale me with your attention. This is not going to let you down. This is going to make you laugh. I hope I'm not overselling it, but stick with it. It's Opie, Anthony, and Jim Norton. I'm going to go potty while this is getting started and come back and hear the rest of it with you.
Hello.
Hello.
Who's this?
Nathaniel.
Oh, what's up, buddy? What do you got?
I got,
Whoops. Hang on a second here. Fucking shit up already.
Deborah in the Tony Danza line.
Oh, is she a big Tony Danza fan?
Huge fan.
All right. She a fatty?
I'm sorry?
Is she a fatty?
Not really.
Okay. All right. We'll talk to her.
All right. Here you go.
Hello.
Hello, Deborah.
Hi.
Hi, it's Tony Danza, Deborah.
Hi, how are you, Tony?
Real good. I hear you waiting to get in on my show.
I can't wait.
You can't wait, huh?
I'm here with my little friend Leslie, and it's her birthday today.
Leslie, how old is she today?
Oh, I don't think she wants me to tell you that.
Oh, come on.
How old are you today, Leslie? She said 39.
39.
You be the judge.
Hey, happy birthday, huh? Happy birthday.
Okay.
Hey, my thoughts and prayers are with her on this fine birthday for her.
Tony, you know who I thought you should have been for Halloween?
Who?
I thought you should have been Sammy Davis, because I watched the tape when you did the tribute to Sammy Davis. Remember your tap dance?
Oh, of course. I love hoofing like Sammy.
I know, but I thought you should have been him for Halloween.
Well, I went with the Spider-Man. Did you see?
I didn't like that.
I didn't like it either. I needed an apron to cover that up. You know what I'm talking about, huh?
I know what you're talking about.
Hey, Tony Danza junk hanging out all over the place.
No, that was not for anybody to see.
No, not for public consumption, huh?
No, I don't like those outfits.
Needed a dressing room just for my car.
I didn't hear you. A bus just went by.
Yeah, the bus went by. Good thing, huh?
Perfect timing, thank God.
So what do you like about my show?
I think you're very real. I think you're very fresh. I think you're just...
Wait till you see how fresh I can be.
Oh, no. I think you're very wonderful. You're gracious to your guests. You're gracious to us that are watching you at home.
Hey, thank you so much. I want to tell you something, Deborah. We are going to... Do you know where you're sitting for the audience?
No, I don't. But we have VIP tickets, so I don't know what that means. My husband's friend got them for us.
Well, let me tell you what that means. You are going to be in the front row, and I'm going to come over during the show and talk to you.
Okay.
You're going to be on. You're going to be on television, and I'm going to, talk a little bit about the news, maybe the election. Who'd you vote for?
I didn't vote yet. I'm voting after I leave you.
And who are you going to vote for?
I'm not quite sure.
How about vote for Tony? All right.
Yeah. Okay. Would I be able to get a
Why do I keep doing that? Fuck me.
picture with you?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
I actually want to pull my mule out, put it on your shoulder, and take a picture like that.
Pull your what out?
My mule.
A mule?
A mule. You know how I ride up on different things every time?
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna have a mule.
You know what I
big
would rather
mule
you do?
right in your face. My mule.
You know what I would rather you do when you open the show? I'd rather you open it up with a song.
Oh, you like when I sing?
I think you should do what you do best.
And what's that? I have no clue.
When we were at Regis, I bought my CD in, and you said being I was the only person that had your CD in the audience, you came over and you signed it. And I think that's how you should open the show, rather than do the silly stuff.
Oh, you don't like the silly stuff?
No, I like that you honored your father when you came in on the garbage truck.
Hey, well, thoughts and prayers,
Right. I like everything that's, like, sentimental and everything.
Yeah, sentimental, like my mule.
Like the stilts, you made me very nervous.
Oh, you didn't like the stilts? It was kind of dangerous, wasn't it?
No, because...
Danger is my middle name.
Yeah, well, you have to be careful.
He's cracking up.
Hey, I'm so happy that you're coming on the show.
I am too.
Could you describe yourself so I know what you look like when I walk up to you?
Okay, I have blonde hair, brown eyes.
Yeah.
I have on a...
Angela.
I have on, like, an Argyle sweater, black, with different colors in it.
Yeah.
And I have my friend Leslie with me, and she has short blonde hair.
What do you look like as far as your body-wise, so I could distinguish you from other blondes?
Oh, I'm pretty good.
Oh, you're hot, huh?
Yeah, I'm pretty good.
Yeah? Hey,
I have to hang up.
How would you like to go out with me tonight?
I would love to.
You want to go out with Tony?
I would love
Tony and my mule.
Okay.
Yeah? Hey, do you take it up the ass?
Goodbye.
Hey, Deborah. Deborah.
Oh, I'm sorry. Enjoy the show. Hello?
What? Nathaniel.
Yes, I am walking away fast.
What happened? What happened at the end there?
She looks at me and goes, he was nasty at the end.
She still thinks it was Tony?
I think so.
Oh God, that was awful.
so uncomfortable.
How is she going to look at him now in that show? All of a sudden, she just gets up and belts him in the face for no reason. All right.
Oh, fuck.
Great job, buddy. Thanks. Try to find one more person that wants to talk to Tony Danza, okay?
They're going in right now.
Oh, really?
Oh, my God. That is, God, that is funny. You know, I mean, you can just sense him getting a little bit nasty. Oh. And then, fucking A. Oh. Nick writes, did Opie and Anthony ever Jocktober free beer and hot wings? Yes. And I told Anthony about it when we were, when I visited him. Let's see, where is it? I don't know if I can find that. Let's see, 13-minute mark of this clip. Let's see. I don't know if I can find it. Okay, yeah, I can.
You're going now?
In a few minutes, yeah.
It's a small world after all.
Yeah.
And Jimmy's not going across the street. He's going several blocks away, so he got a car service.
Oh, or maybe because he's doing the TV also. You should have given him a Sam shirt to wear on.
Where did it all go wrong?
Maybe we thought it was silly to have the name. Oh, they're not?
Maybe because he's doing the TV also.
There we go.
You should have given him a Sam shirt to wear on TV.
What, so he could wipe his ass with it and leave it here?
What's the first channel he's talking to?
I'm not going to tell you. You don't want to know what show it is.
Why?
Because it's free beer and hot wings.
So?
Made fun of them multiple times in the past.
Have we? I don't recall that at all.
E-Rock?
Yeah, they're not fans.
Oh, they're not?
Why? Where'd it go wrong?
A while ago. I've heard them say things.
Where'd it go wrong?
Oh, you've heard them say things.
Yeah.
So they started.
That's E-Rock, who you see from time to time on this stream. We talk all the time these days.
Shit with us out of nowhere? What the fuck?
Well, I don't know if that was the case, but...
Where did it all go wrong?
Maybe we thought it was silly to have the name free beer and hot wings.
Well, that was probably a consultant's job.
That their actual names on the air. It's like, hey, free beer. How you doing, hot wings?
Who doesn't love free beer and hot wings?
Right, who doesn't love free beer and hot wings? So they figured if they named themselves that.
Let's build a bridge today.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So build a bridge with them and also with Lewis and Floor Wax.
I want to call myself Floor Wax.
He's
I
been
want to call
around
myself
forever.
Sloppy Ass Sex. Sloppy Ass Sex.
No one that I've met.
The Floor Wax dude's been around for a while.
Yeah.
I know
Floor
that.
Wax.
Yeah, he does a show with Lewis. Lewis and Floor Wax.
Why would you call yourself Floor Wax, though?
I don't know.
That's a silly radio name.
Well, I'm Opie, so I got...
Nah, but you were that before you even got into radio.
12.
You were like, that was your name as a kid.
Yes.
So you grow up with it. I'm sure at 12 years old, they weren't going, Floor Wax, it's dinner time.
Right.
Floor Wax.
And then they kind
It's a rapper.
No. He was a top 40 disc jockey.
No, he was a
Still is.
gangster back in the
Machine
old
Gun
days.
Kelly.
Instead of Zane and everything.
Machine Gun Kelly.
Rumor has it we might be getting Jimmy time.
Oh, yeah?
Very optimistic.
Yes.
There's a decent chance that Dumber Than Zane trivia gets played
Is this
tomorrow
Hot
when we're
Wings?
live and Joe plays instead of Zane and everything gets all stupid.
Is this free beer and hot
This
wings?
is all going to be weird. Jim Norton will join us at the top of the hour. Lewis Black, an hour
of the
from
hour.
now.
Yeah.
Fantasy football is back.
Top of the hour.
DraftKings.com is celebrating with millions
That's okay.
in cash prizes.
We got to get our
DraftKings
stuff together a little.
Yeah. The way this unfolded was Jimmy booked an interview with us while Opie and Anthony were on the air. They listened to our stream to hear us talk while Jimmy was calling into our fucking show.
But that's...
I'm going to get...
He's a good
Proud
guy.
today.
He has a nice...
He's part of... He hates him. Yeah, he's
Very nice girls.
Jimmy's on.
for everybody.
Jimmy's
I'm a
on.
fan. I know you're a fan. I just don't know really how... I mean, he's... Ravy hates him. Yeah, he's raw and he's edgy, but he's honest, man, and I love it, and he's not afraid to say whatever the hell
boy.
he thinks.
And he's a good follow on Twitter.
Great follow on Twitter. He's part of the Opie and Anthony show on XM Sirius Satellite Radio.
Oh.
Who the fuck is that?
Or is it Sirius XM? Whatever, satellite radio.
Oh, that's his previous interview before he gets on with us.
Yeah, new special, American
the old lady on the floor.
Yeah, and the family's there discussed it.
Yeah. We had to do.
Yeah, I don't know who the fuck that is.
Takes of that, and I.
Degenerate stuff. I mean,
experience.
Right.
Yeah.
Sorry, guy. Where it's like the guy's got no
character who I love.
Okay, bear with me. Sorry.
Beat up by like a whole bunch of black. Dude, that is
annoying for you, but it's
okay. There's Greg.
Back to the show. How are you, buddy?
Stream. If you take a break, you'll miss this show.
You sure?
Most of it. It's supposed to start at 9.
Well, it's 9:02.
Oh, man.
So
True.
So we should take a break.
Does it sound like they're ready to
It
go?
doesn't sound like they're ready to go.
Are they promoting it?
Later on today with the audio.
So the idea of them just rolling our stream on their show, it's not like they got the clips ahead of time like you're clipping Who Are These Podcasts. They're just listening to the live stream.
Of that reporter,
which is interesting.
Who was against oil, decided to fart in her face in order to repel her from asking him questions. That's pretty awesome.
You think Jimmy's sitting there going, we're playing Top Jimmy.
Jim Norton.
Oh, there he is.
On the Opie and Anthony Show. Great comedian. He's got a brand new special airing tomorrow night.
Jimmy, we're listening! Jimmy!
Jim! American Degenerate.
Jim!
Welcome back to the show. How are you, buddy?
Hey, can you guys hear me? We're just working on the audio.
Yeah, sounds good.
Yeah, it's good.
Okay, great, man. Who by the way, to protest something?
It's some Canadian group of protesters who are anti-oil. And it's sort of like the Occupy Wall Street gang, where instead of answering questions, they scream in your face and bang.
I don't remember this.
Be repulsive.
How can anybody be anti-oil?
It's pretty tough, right?
I know. I've always found that to be odd.
Yeah,
everybody utilizes it.
Being anti-oil is really a smart idea until you have a girlfriend with a strap on and you're screaming in pain. I apologize. I hear an echo, so if I keep stopping myself, it's because I hear myself twice. So I'm sorry if I keep stopping.
Double good, man. Okay, yeah,
That's that XM technology.
Not that it won't be annoying for you, but it's we don't hear it on this end. So
okay, I keep thinking I'm interrupting or stepping on one of you guys, and I'm like, oh, it's my own dumb voice. Oh, now it's gone. Okay, cool.
Well, if you step on one of us, it's still an improvement, so we're good with that. Jim Norton,
courtesy laugh right there.
At Jim Norton on Twitter, JimNorton.com. Jim, I wanted to tell you, obviously we'll talk about the special coming up.
All right, I can't sit through all this.
Talking head show. A lot of people
talking head debates where they're not.
I'll link this up for you, Sue. If you're listening to the audio podcast, you can check it out on your own. But I want to hear more of them ripping us. All they're doing is playing our shit.
They were just rebelling against what they saw.
Yeah.
The problem with the Jocktober bit, you got to wait too fucking long to get something funny. If they would have just clipped this a day in advance, it would have been enjoyable.
An argument against free speech. Like,
appreciated the
fucking wrestling.
Yeah. Anymore, because it's always that way. It's always a big, makes it worse.
They don't let you.
It's hard to be nice, though, obviously, because if somebody calls in and complains, you guys made fun of that. It almost spit right reporting the way.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Well, it really, it
just say that's what it is. It does it. We look at like, oh my God.
That was good.
Drive me
right?
You can watch my special whenever you want, and then if you don't like it, just cancel it. But you can at least go there and watch it live, or you can watch it Saturday. You don't have to wait for it to be out on Netflix or anywhere else.
Perfect. Follow Jim on Twitter at Jim Norton and JimNorton.com. Continued success. Thanks for joining us, Jim.
Hey guys, thanks a lot, man. You really you take good care of me. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thanks, man. That's great. I'm a huge fan.
Oh, yeah. While you were discussing it, I followed him on Twitter just because I'd been meaning to do that. Yeah. I like comedians like that. Even if I don't necessarily agree with them, their opinions are still based just in common sense.
Yeah.
Where it's not caught up in the dumb rhetoric. I mean, I share the same hatred that he does for the talking heads.
That's good.
On both sides. I mean, they drive me. Right? I don't care if they're liberal.
Opie and Anthony's ripping us is saying that was good. What the fuck? Is that the best you can do? Say that was good? What?
Or conservative, they all...
Those guys sound good too, E-Rock.
Yeah.
What the fuck? That bit is supposed to be play them and rip them a new asshole.
We have no issue with them. They sound good.
That didn't sound like anything that would be Jocktober-ish or anything.
Right.
Well, I guess a lot has changed in 5 years.
Oh! I guess they had done it before. Okay, I didn't know that.
Oh. 5 years ago. That's crazy.
What, they're holding a grudge for something we said 5 years ago? What the fuck's that about?
Damn.
Now you're getting mad at him.
Yeah, I like these guys.
Motherfuckers.
Fuck.
Why were they playing a music bed through the whole interview?
Were they? I didn't even notice.
That's, you got to do that shit.
That's not true.
Maybe the PD is like, yeah, whenever you're on, you have a music bed. The music never stops.
All right. Whatever. Isn't it weird how I have nothing to do with that show anymore, and I do shows on Anthony's network? It's so strange. Despite Anthony being a psychopath, I mean that ridiculously. I love Anthony. Holy fuck. I should get E-Rock on here and interview him. All right. Kenny says, I got to admit, I'm rather lost. Well, yeah, I just wanted to kind of bump through that interview. I wish they had said more inflammatory shit about us. Listening to it, though, and how we got into that interview, and I didn't listen to the whole interview, but music up, we talk, here's Jimmy, there's the interview, music, Van Halen top, Jimmy out, over. Formatically, for me, I know this is boring. That's the way I always wanted it to sound, like that. And now first of all, they don't do interviews anymore. If you were to turn on that show now, oh, fuck me right in the butt. That's why I'm creating Who Are These Free Beers, to point out how shitty that show is right now. It's starting to turn even more so on their subreddit. I'm not going to read it to you right now. I want you to go as a homework assignment and check it out for yourself. The Free Beer and Hot Wings Show subreddit is an absolute fucking, oh, God, it is. They're getting obliterated by their own audience. Someone started the thread, how many of you are here because you hate the show? Oh, my God. Look at that thread. A couple of our audience members are populating it right now, but there's a lot of support for what they're saying. So thanks to you who have commented on it. You know who you are. I appreciate that. You're very kindly promoting me, and it doesn't seem like you're getting that much fucking flack about it. Typically, if you mention my name on that thing, it's like, fuck that guy. Cole writes, Opie with Cardiff right now is actually good. Yeah, I think Opie needed that. The talking potato. All right. Let me move on. I've got a lot more idiocy to get to. First of all, before I continue, thank you to Berlin Raceway. Now, God, it's just a pain in the ass because the last 2 weeks they've gotten canceled because of weather. Fingers crossed for this weekend, berlinraceway.com. Of course, your ticket will be good for the upcoming race if there is an issue. But what you do is you go to berlinraceway.com and buy your tickets. 15 and under gets in free. Love that. So the way it goes for this coming weekend's races, you go to berlinraceway.com for the Cinco de Mayo race. Get them for just $14, 4 p.m. start, 15 and under free, parking free. Bring in a 12 by 8 cooler, 12 by 9 cooler or smaller, and all your snacks go in there, all your soft drinks, no glass, no booze. It's awesome. berlinraceway.com. Thank you so much. Shout out, speaking of racing, to Big Dan and the Dirty Donut Race, Michigan's number one gravel bike race. DirtyDonutRace.com is where you want to go to sign up. It happens June 3rd, right around the corner, DirtyDonutRace.com. When you sign up, use the code ZANE23 at checkout when you're buying your entry, and you will save $10. You got a 10-mile race, 2141, and 61-mile race. You got elite racers who are out there. You got just kids, young people. Someone just wants to go out and try something different, have a good time. Get on the bike, ride it on the gravel, have a great time. There are donut stops during the race. You eat the donut, you get 5 minutes off your time. You eat a bunch of donuts, you get a bunch of time off your time. And hell, that means that you don't even have to be the best rider to win the fucking thing. DirtyDonutRace.com. Okay. Moving on. This is weird because it says the story was publicized a year ago, but just updated today. A dude in Wyoming, Michigan, the community next door, always wanted to own an ice cream truck. So in order to make his dream come true, I always marvel at these fucking things. How does this even happen? Decides to make a trade. He has a paper clip. You've heard about people doing this. You trade up. In fact, I think we did a bit on the radio where we did that. We had 2 interns go out with like nothing and something small object like that and trade up. And like one guy came back in an hour with like a big fucking case of beer. And some guy, I don't know, came up back with a hooker. It was incredible. This guy did just that to get his ice cream truck. Holy shit. Audio check, video check.
Name some memorable trades. Give something to get something. Back in the 80s, I remember trading mixtapes with friends. What about the trade the Tigers made with the Phillies in 1984 that brought Willie Hernandez to Detroit?
Great reference that no one knows what the fuck you're talking about.
That swap kind of worked out. Is it possible, though, to trade a paper clip for an ice cream truck? Yeah, it is.
What the fuck are you guys doing?
How does an idea like this,
I was working at an axe throwing warehouse pre-COVID,
even enter into anyone's thoughts?
I got laid off when COVID hit because apparently axe throwing isn't essential.
Translation, Joel Hagen got bored. He wanted an ice cream truck, didn't have the money to buy one. So Joel did what anybody else in the same situation would do.
I just posted on Facebook, I have a paper clip, what will you give me for it?
You did what?
Everybody wants to be a part of something bigger than themselves.
His bartering?
Okay, how does anyone even give anything for the fucking paper clip? I mean, that right there, that's the big, I mean, it strikes me as something that would take forever because the only thing that would have even remotely an amount of value to it might be like, similar to it would be this tube of fucking lip balm or this pen. Oh my God, there's nothing. These last 3 dog poop bags. This is gonna take forever, right? Nope.
Binge.
I dug around and I found one of my wife's old dog bone paper clips.
Began.
I messaged this lady and she had a brass antique safety pin.
Didn't have it for long.
And then I traded that same day for a Nintendo Switch game, Super Smash Bros.
Okay. He got the big brass antique safety pin. That alone is she's getting the short end of the stick. She obviously, the key is in the first trade. That could have some value because, collectible item like that. Why she would do that, I don't know. I think she just wants to, like he said, she just wanted to be part of it. And then he traded that for the Nintendo Switch game.
And then the day after that, I traded it for a tile saw.
Which Joel then swapped for
an engine hoist that pulls engines out of cars.
He then dealt that
for an arcade machine, which...
Wait a minute! A what?
Was great because arcade machines kind of have ambiguous value.
Cha-ching!
Traded that for a Jeep.
I thought he traded it to Kenny, and Kenny gave him like his life savings.
So within like 5...
You got the video game for the Jeep.
Trades, I had a 2000 Jeep Cherokee.
Joel's version of let's make a deal.
Motorcycle for a dirt bike.
Didn't stop.
And I traded the dirt bike to a guy, and he gave me a riding lawnmower, a John Deere riding lawnmower, and $2,200 cash. I saw this posted for $2,000 and I jumped on it.
Joel,
and just seeing like how big that progression can go.
You did it.
Out of pocket has been nothing.
From one of these.
What the fuck? We are doing it all wrong, people.
To this.
And now this guy can put his fingers inside of children, which we all know is what his goal is. That's what all ice cream... Seriously. He might as well have just said, look, I have this paperclip and I want to become a prolific pedophile. Let's get started.
Now I have an ice cream truck.
Just goes to show.
And a lot of children.
You can start a business just with entrepreneurial spirit.
And that is how Paperclips Ice Cream was born. Joel says he'll remain in business until the snow flies. If you'd like to learn more about his crazy...
Yeah, I think this is an old story, but I don't know why it showed up as new on their stream.
...trades, or possibly book him to swing through your neighborhood or visit an event, we have a link to do that.
All right, Jesus, fuck. Can you believe this shit? Bob writes... That's a shifty ice cream truck. It does look a little wonky, you know? Ryan says Ashcroft doesn't work at ZZM anymore. It must be ancient. But I think they referenced COVID. Aram says, Kenny, that's offensive. He just said arcade machines have ambiguous value. Bob also says, check his house for secret rooms of missing kids. Well, we were all thinking the same thing. Chris writes, exactly. Now he can lure his young victims in much easier. Aram said that my old show interviewed a kid. I did, or the old show interviewed a kid who traded one red paperclip for a year's rent. Yeah, that's fucked. I don't get it. Jesus. All right. Moving on. Another story that's interesting. A couple dudes in Portland, Oregon, were getting prepared to go to their prom, and they wanted to make a grand entrance. And the school had if you have like a big limousine or whatever, you got to park in a special area. So the kid's like, you know what? I wanted to go ahead and be bigger than a limousine. I wanted to be more fantastic than a limousine. So this dude came up with a plan, and this is basically what he decided to do. Check this out. Oops. Sorry. This is terrible. Let me start over.
A completely unique story about a Camas teen who had an unusual idea and just went for it. Sherman Bynum achieved his dream of riding in a tank to his high school prom. Serious. He says he came up with this idea in February when he found out the school would set up a special parking lot for students to arrive in style. Sherman was already checking out tanks on the internet as a hobby and posed the idea to his friend Sam.
There's some irony there that his name is Sherman, which is the name of the tank we used in World War II quite a bit.
The rest is history.
I made some phone calls to a group in Minnesota that rents battle tanks out for use, like for films and stuff. They were like $20,000. No way that's happening. And so we called a museum in Oregon. They didn't have anything, but they got us in contact with a guy. Talked to the guy, and within about 15 minutes, we had a deal worked out.
The fact that he's wearing the battle helmet with the goggles and the tux.
The price tag was $1,000, and so we decided to turn to GoFundMe. By the end of the night, when that GoFundMe was posted, we had about $570. We'd reach the goal within the next 2 days.
What do you know? Sherman, his date Micah, and Sam rolled up to the prom at the Portland Art Museum with a lot of fanfare, as you can imagine.
I tell you what, man, if those kids really wanted to have a fucking intense school shooting, this is the way to do it. You know, they're all looking at them, and then you get behind that M60 and you just fucking light them up. Get some.
In fact, Portland's unofficial ambassador, there he is, the Unipiper. He was also there just adding to all the...
That was a horrible joke. But think about it. If they fired off the actual big gun right into the school, shit, man.
Fun and, yeah, the weirdness.
It'd really be up in the ante on the school shootings.
Wow, that's a memorable one.
Wow, that's a memorable one. That's fantastic. He says it's fucking dumb. Every girl in his class hates this guy. You think so? I don't know. I thought it was cool. I kind of love tanks, you know? Did you ever see that film called Fury with Brad Pitt? Now, I did read that there was a lot of, it was incredibly far-fetched, that film. But I so love Brad Pitt that I just, oh man, I couldn't get enough of it. You know, being that tank commander and in World War II, fighting the fucking Germans. The scene where the thing's disabled and the Germans come walking up to it thinking, oh yeah, it's another deserted tank. And they're all in there ready to fuck them up. And then boom. Bible, light him up. Bible, light him up. Boom. What's his name? Shia LaBeouf. How do you say it? That guy is a great actor. I love him. John Barenthal. He was, remember that fucker in, what's the name of that zombie show? He's in AMC zombie show, Walking Dead. It was great. Great fucking movie. I love that movie. All right. Okay. Hello to Irvine's Auto Repair, Grand Rapids Hybrid and EV. Get your vehicles repaired there, 616-532-6600. Love them so much. Thank you for being part of the show. ER Vines. Don't just take my word for it. Go to their website, ervines.com. Check out their Google reviews. Everybody loves them. A&E Heating and Cooling. Joe Martinez, 616-516-8579. The ultra-famous Joe Martinez to these parts. Him and his family have built this business to a fantastic level, and people are saving money with any type of work, HVAC. 616-516-8579. Call and get on the schedule to get your AC tuned up for this coming year. I just reached out and scheduled with them. They're going to be here in the coming weeks at 8 a.m. while I do this show. 616-516-8579. Michigan, I should say, number one in the United States for mortgages, the Mario Flores Lakeshore team of Van Dyke Mortgage. No one gives you more personal service. No one is better. 231-332-6505. If you're in the market for a mortgage, get pre-qualified today. Call Mario and get the ball rolling on that. No matter where you are in the listening audience, you can utilize Mario's services. I suggest you just call and get on his radar. The only time it won't work is if you're in South Carolina, Maine, Alaska, or Hawaii. 231-332-6505. All right. What else do I have for you here? I could have swore I had something. Where is it? No. I do, but I can't find it. Give me a second. One more story about my fucked up, unbelievable community where I live. Ottawa County, Michigan. Just recently made the Wall Street Journal, not the Wall Street Journal, the Washington Post, with a detailed story about how the community is upside down, and we're in this massive culture war right now, which it's been open season on the gays. By the way, I started going to a new church yesterday. It was the first time I'd been inside of a church in probably over a year. I became a visitor at the United Church of Christ. Had a good time there. Yeah, it was all good. Loved it. Very, very nice. That's one of two churches that I can go to who do not discriminate gay people. So I started going there. The other one is an Episcopalian church in downtown. I think I'm going to go to that one too, see what's up with that. Maybe just go to both. But I'm officially out. I was a cradle Catholic, born Catholic, raised Catholic. And a few years ago, something started clicking in my brain about this doesn't seem right. Yeah, it didn't click in my brain with the priest abuse scandal, because in my mind I had convinced myself that it's not like that anymore, and that very well may be true. You know, the vast cover-up that took place. I don't know if there was exactly a day of reckoning. It kind of all seemed to take too much time, and still does take too much time to sort all this out to this date. But what really got me was the continued inequality for gay people that the church harbors. And it finally came to a head recently, and decided I cannot support that anymore. I had a conversation with somebody the other day, the guy across the street who visited my neighbor, and he's the father of my neighbor. And he says, I haven't seen you in church. And he says, I usually go on Saturdays. I haven't seen you around there. And I go, yeah, I don't go there anymore. And I it's always tough, because then they're like, well, why? And I don't want to get into it, you know. Well, why? How come you don't go there anymore? No. Like, fuck. I go, we just found a new church. I just leave it at that. You know, I don't want to get in anybody's shit over it, but at the same time, I don't want to, I don't want to discuss it with them, because the second that I start to explain myself, people get defensive about that, you know? We have a friend of the family who, now, you know what? I can't even unpack that. I can't do it. Never mind. Forget that I said that. Anyway, let me get back to what I was talking about. The Pride Month is coming. June is like all things gay around the world, especially in the United States. And so in Grand Haven, which is part of Ottawa County, which is the county seat of the United States for discrimination, they shut down libraries. It's blatant discrimination because of the mindset of the scumbags that surround us here with their far-right conservatism. I wouldn't have any problem with them, what they're doing right now, if they weren't so bigoted. You know, they won fair and square in the most recent election. They organized. They did a great job. I give them credit for that. But the way they're leading is disgusting. So there's a big gay festival in Grand Haven, Michigan. By the way, do you say Grand Haven or Grand Haven? I think it's Grand Haven. Like the emphasis is on the Haven. Anyway, June 10th, the Grand Haven Pride Festival at and near the Lynn Sherwood Waterfront Stadium was unanimously approved by the city council last week. Now, this is not going to, the people who run Ottawa County, they don't like this because they hate gay people. It's the first year for the festival, sponsored by an Episcopalian church, St. John's. Council member Ryan Cummins said it's important for the city to be welcoming to everyone, so this guy's saying all the right thing, in light of actions by the Board of Commissioners. Festival will include entertainment, a fenced area for booze, also be serving food trucks, vendors, 22 tents for an inclusive market. Also be children's activities. So now the way it is now with the scumbags that live around here, gay means predator. That's what they feel. You know, if I were them, now that they've started this, I would now make the focal point like a big drag show where, the kids show up and people in drag read to the children. That'll really incense these fucking cavemen that live here. The Pride worship service, 10 a.m. They're going to have a big religious thing. Okay, great. 500 people should be at this event. Grand Haven City Council member Mike Fritz said, oh, yeah, this is, we're welcoming. So everybody's saying the right thing. Now, here's the part that everybody fast forwards to in the article that everyone's interested in. This line right here. Several members of the audience spoke about the festival, some in favor of it and some opposed. That's all we care about. Who's opposed? Annie says, our city thrives when we come together to create a social space to foster a healthy community. Okay, great. Resident Deb Reimel told the council, like she said this into a microphone, this statistic: there are 3,000 times more instances of spousal abuse in homosexual relationships. Now, come on, Barb, or Deb. Barb. Deb, you made that up out of thin air. If you were to put 10 homosexual couples and follow them for a long-term study, 0 of them would be involved in spousal abuse. When you have to work so hard to get your spouse legal, you tend to not abuse them. Unless if you call hardcore butt sex to be abuse. And I think that they enjoy that. And then you took 10 MAGA families. They're all dead by the time the study's done. Deb, I keep calling her Barb. Deb also says cancer-causing chemicals used during transgender surgeries mean those who, quote, are transgendering will die of cancer. This is where we live. These people believe this. Now, I will say that testosterone usage, maybe she's referring to that. But that she says used during transgender surgery. So I'm guessing she's kind of picking and choosing various bits of evidence and creating her own storyline. Use of testosterone does put the person who's using it, especially a female, at an elevated risk of breast cancer. That is true. So I don't know. Maybe she's talking about that. She said she has seen devastation among family members and friends who have, quote, chosen that lifestyle. I'm guessing you haven't. She says, so, as an analogy, I'm not for a crooked lawyer or politician, Reimel said. But the crooked lawyer or politician isn't parading in the street telling me I should be for them. Deb, I'm guessing that most of the people you've voted for is crooked. They are parading through the streets, and even if gay people are parading through the streets and saying, "Please be for me," so what? Why does that bother you so much? Pardon me. Email or text. Why does that bother you? Resident Joan Held warned the council about business boycotts if they go forward with the Pride Festival. She indicates here, I think backlash is a word that we're going to hear more and more in the news about various things. Can you imagine in this day and age if there was like a big black festival? It's called like a Black Only Blackness, featuring all black artists and all things black. If someone said, we're going to boycott blacks, we're boycotting our business because of the blacks, people would never dream of saying that. This proves my point once again. that the number one most hated organization of people, group of people to this day, right now, are gay people, transgender people. They're hated. And it's okay to viciously hate them openly. You can do that. And people go like, yeah. She says, I'm already hearing people in the community talk about not taking their business downtown if you go forward with the festival. Well, great. No one wants those businesses around. This is part of the ending of this cycle. If you decide to take your ball and go home, great. Other businesses with people who aren't so bigoted will take your place. That's good. Then it gave a little bit of the background of what's happened in Ottawa County, which I've been all over since this story started to develop back in January. So that's where I live. I live here. Holy shit. What a fucking catastrophe. Hissy Fit 4711, that is Stevie. He says Corn Dog Guy was an anti-vaxxer and science denier. Oh yeah, Prono Pups, dude, what a piece of shit. Bob says 88% of statistics are 70% made up. Thank you, Bob. I appreciate you. I'm glad you're here. I think we're going to set some type of... Kenny, at one point today, I'm looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 comments. Out of 11 comments, Kenny made 9 of them. You are on fire, young man. You are on fire. All right. Thank you to Allison for sending that story along about the cavemen that live in Ottawa County, Michigan. My friends, my last 2 businesses are in Kent County. Sarah, Honda, Granville. When it comes to buying a brand new Honda vehicle, there is only one place to go in Michigan. That is Michigan's #1 Honda volume dealer. Now, to be fair, in Metro Detroit, that's the worldwide headquarters of the American auto industry. If you buy a foreign car in Detroit, a lot of times you get a lot of shit for it, which is stupid. I would love if Honda was #1 in Detroit. They're duking it out with Toyota. All right? It's Honda, Toyota, and then the rest. Sarah Honda Granville, #1 Honda volume dealer in the entire state of Michigan. All I'm suggesting is go there and test drive more than one and see the difference. These are better cars. If you're hooked on like a Kia, fuck that shit. That thing's going to get ripped off out of your driveway. Sarah Honda Granville. Test drive a new Honda today. They're on Kennewa Avenue, just north of 44th Street. Thank you, Kent County Health Department. So the big things I talk about concerning the Kent County Health Department. The WIC program. If you're having trouble keeping food on the table, all right, bullshit. Call up Kent County Health Department. They're going to help you every step of the way. If you qualify, you have access to a ton of free food every single month. They give you a card. It has various food staples on it, a certain number of loaves of bread, certain number of meat, things like that. Milk, cheese, formula, all that is part of what you can qualify for if you're having trouble keeping food on the table through the Kent County Health Department WIC program. Of course, also vaccinations for the little ones, measles, mumps, rubella, whooping cough, pertussis, meningitis, cervical cancer vaccine. These are all things your kids need. If you've been having trouble getting access to these, you can get these all for little or no cost through the Kent County Health Department. Also, any personal health services, specifically testing for HIV. This is all available at accesskent.com/health. Pass this information along to your loved ones if they need it. Today's asshole of the day, because this show is winding down. See what I did there? I took that extra time to let the dog out, go tinkle, and then I went long on this show because I want to make sure you keep it around 2 hours today. I mean, every day. I always want you to have a 2-hour free show. That's my goal. The asshole of the day. And thank you to Tim again for making me a new sign. I just got to go over to your house and pick it up, and I will. I promise you. Just so damn busy. Do not come over here. That's a lot of time, energy, and gas, and you've got your hands full. Today's asshole of the day. Phone issue. Yeah, I don't think anyone was an asshole in that story. Holy fuck, the Boston Bruins, maybe. The NFL draft. Tony Danza? Tony Danza or the dude interviewing him? God, that guy was annoying. The one paperclip dude. The kid who went to school with the tank. Grand Haven gayness. All right, I'm picking it right now. You can't see what I'm writing. Man, I really need to go over to Tim's house and pick up that new board. The asshole of the day board. This one has had it. Romeo writes, wish I could have heard him 8 fucking minutes. Had this 3 times today. Kenny writes, dude, you've got Prime. Subscribe. He says, yeah, I don't get it. It's because you're not subscribed. He says you have to see the EZ or you're not subscribed. So like on your name, you see it there. It's got that blue button with a white crown on it. You're not, so you have to, where there's a letter E and a letter Z next to that, like Kenny's. Then you're subscribed. See, Kenny writes, you've got Prime linked, but you still have to actually push the subscribe button. Thank you, Kenny. You're a sweet man for helping him, for talking him through it. It is a pain in the ass, I know. Ryan took time to put a graphic together, but I don't want to spend the time on it. Today's asshole of the day. The Boston Bruins. Oh, my God, you fucking assholes. How the fuck you did that to Jimmy? Jesus, he's just brokenhearted. He might even be hanging from a rope right now. Jesus. Okay. Last bit of advice from Kabubi69. That's Rich. It's best to do it on your computer, Romeo, not on your phone. And then Nick adds, and you have to hit that subscribe button once a month. So those are some great pieces of advice from that crew. You can do it from your phone, internet browser, not the app. That's easier. Linking up and subscribing. And you have to do that manually each month. And it's easier to do on a computer. Thank you. I appreciate that, guys. You know it better than I do. I don't know any of that shit. I don't subscribe to anybody on Twitch. I don't even subscribe to myself on Twitch. Okay, thanks, guys. I appreciate it. Love, love, love. Bye, bye, bye.
So, how does it feel when you play Roll Up to Win with Tim Hortons? Buy a hot or cold beverage using the Tim's app and find out. Roll in the app for a chance to win prizes ranging from free coffee and donuts to a Universal Orlando resort vacation or a sweet car. Oh, don't forget the TV. And this year, every roll is a shot at a $1,000 daily giveaway drawing for 2 $500 prizes. Roll up to win and get treated by Tim's. No purchase necessary. Account registration required. 50 U.S. and D.C. 18 plus entered by 4223. See rules at rollup2win.com for free entry and full details. Void in Florida and where prohibited.